Hey guys, so this is part 6 of my mid lane guide. In this video, we're going to be going over creep aggro, and in the next video, we will go over the benefits of this skill. Creep aggro is perhaps one of the most important skills you can learn for the laning phase. This is a skill that is almost completely absent from the plays of most sub 4K players, and even all the way up to 5K players might know about it but don't implement it regularly. If you master creep aggro tricks and make this a permanent skill by practicing a lot, day and night, I can guarantee that you can completely overwhelm your opponent who does not have this skill and hands down win every single mid lane in regardless of how hard your matchup is. All right. So what is creep aggro? First of all, I'm gonna show you guys before we talk. It's important to have a visual of what we're talking about. So let's see. So what I'm gonna demonstrate is creep aggro, and what I want you guys to focus on is as soon as I'm standing right next to the creeps, and as soon as I click on the axe, the creeps actually move towards me, and that essentially is creep aggro. I'm gonna do it a couple more times. This time I'm far away from the range creep, so this time when I click axe or the enemy hero, only the melee creep attacks me, and we'll talk about this later on. Once again, and this is essentially at the very border, the very edge of the creep aggro range, something we're going to talk about in a second. So when I right click axe again, only the melee creeps aggro to me, not the range creeps. So keep this in mind when we go over the points in the next slides. Let's go over them. So what is creep aggro? Creep aggro means aggression, of course, straightforward, right? So creep aggro means creep aggression. To be precise, the focus of creeps aggression. This is a Dota mechanic which dictates who the creeps attack, when they attack, and how long they attack for. Normally, when the creep waves spawn, they have a set path down the lane and they aggro the first non friendly unit or hero that comes within 500 range of the creeps. Basically, the creeps are constantly searching for this unit to aggro to while they're moving down a set path. This search is called aggro check, and it has a range of 500 units. We will talk about this range a little bit later. What we are mostly concerned with regarding creep aggro is how and when the creeps change their aggro. Creep aggro can be changed by heroes when an attack command on an enemy hero anywhere on the map is issued while being within 500 range of enemy creeps. Basically, when you attack an enemy hero anywhere on the map, all the creeps on the map form an aggro. So, sorry, not all the creeps on the map. The creeps near you form an aggro check, as in they check to see if you are within 500 units of them. If not, they will keep doing what they're doing. And if you're within 500 range, they will start attacking you. It is important to note that you don't have to actually hit the enemy with your projectile. Just right click them, as you can see from the video, the previous video, the previous slide. And immediately the aggro check will occur as soon as you right click an enemy. Another very important point to note is the cooldown on creep aggro. This is 2.5 seconds. What this means is that if you have triggered an attack, an aggro check, while being at 501 range or more, the creeps cannot perform another aggro check for 2.5 seconds. In other words, you are essentially free to attack the enemy hero immediately afterwards for 2.5 seconds without drawing creep aggro. Right? Now, De-aggro is another important concept to understand. If you draw creep aggro, you want to stop the creeps from attacking you and go back to attacking your lane creeps. To do this, all you essentially have to do is right click any of your friendly units. An important aspect to keep in mind here is that once the creeps shift their aggro to you, their aggro check goes on cooldown for 2.5 seconds. So no matter what, they will keep attacking you for at least 2.5 seconds. After which point, they will form another aggro check and realize that your aggression is no longer on any of their heroes. So they will shift their aggro to the nearest target that is not you, successfully allowing you to de-aggro those creeps from you. Lastly, so let's summarize really, really quickly. When you attack a hero, any hero on the enemy, any enemy hero on the map, Creeps who are close to you are going to perform an aggro check. They're going to check to see if you're within 500 range of them. um, this aggro check is going to go off on cooldown for 2.5 seconds, which means they cannot check this again. If you are within 500 range, they're going to they're going to aggro to you, going to start attacking you. If you're not, they're going to keep doing what they're doing. Once they aggro to you, obviously they're attacking you for 2.5 seconds. And if you want to de-aggro, you want to right click one of your allied creeps near the area so that those creeps that are aggroing to you can shift their aggro, right? So, what is this 500 range? It's important to know and memorize this 500 range if you plan to successfully, you know, do creep aggro essentially. This distance is extremely crucial to know and memorize if you plan on any creep aggro skills. The entire basis of creep aggro rests on your knowledge of creep aggro range, which is 500 units. So the obvious question is, how do you figure out the exact 500 range? Well, you can go to a custom lobby and pick a hero that has an ability cast of 500. Hover over the ability, and you will have a circle around your hero showing you the 500 range. So as you can see from this slide, I've got Life Stealer, and Open Wounds has a 500 pass range at max level, and that's essentially what I'm doing right here. That's all I'm doing right here, and that's the 500 range, and that's extremely important to memorize that range. To summarize, now that you have a good understanding of creep aggro and you're an expert on aggro range, we'll get down to the benefits of this skill in the next video, which is going to be quite quite long. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. Hopefully the next video is going to be really quick. And if you have any questions, comments, criticisms, throw them in the comment section down below. If you have any suggestions for any of my other videos, um, go ahead and ask them in the comments, and I will get back to you soon. Thank you very much for watching. See you later.